Good morning. Good morning, Michael Kunkel, the True Spitter. How you doing, my friend? Glad to see you this morning. I figured I'd try this here live stream about an hour and a half later than I normally been doing it. Good morning, Boyd Knight. How are you doing? How y'all doing this morning? I was picking up a few tree limbs. Well, I hope that works out for you there, Boyd. Don't write down nothing I say as part of that there schoolwork, or you might get kicked out of school. Now, I started a little bit late today, about an hour and a half later than I normally do my live stream, because I figured we would try something different with the time that I do them to see what kind of effect it has. Good morning, Jack Walls. How you doing? Good morning. Did you put hashtags in the description, Michael? Yeah, I came in about an hour and a half later than normal there, Jack. I was gonna. That's good, brother. Look, every now and then take the hashtags off of it. Let it run for an hour or two without them on it, and then put them back on it. It helps keep it in the algorithm. That's the way I usually do it. I'll put the hashtags in on a short, and I'll never take them off of a video, but shorts, I'll play with the hashtags. I'll leave them on there for a while, then I'll take the hashtags off. Good morning to everybody who has just came on to this here live stream. EagleNick Audits would like to welcome you all. Step on up into that there chat and say howdy. Yeah, buddy, I know what you mean, Vern. That doggone Nightbot was using some of my lines last night. Now, EagleNick started late this morning. Good morning, EagleNick Audits. I know what you mean, Vern. Glad you could join us. But I was just saying that there old Nightbot was using some of my lines last night, saying good morning, afternoon, or evening. And I told him, hey, that's my line. I watched a little bit of a Cape Cod Cop Watchers live stream, and then I watched some of a Northwood Press live stream, and then I went and watched a live stream from 4 days ago on Northwoods Press. Everybody, please be sure to check out Michael Kunkel, the Truth Spitter. He's in my subscriptions. Be sure to check out Northwoods Press, NH Mountain Girl, Mama Bear, Vigilante Media, Sean Little, Mellows, Inferno, Calgary Community Watch, Eastern Arkansas Transparency, and so many others. Be sure to check out my subscriptions. I subscribe to a lot of awesome YouTube channels. They would love to see you come on and subscribe as well. Good morning, user 768. How are you doing this fine morning? It is a beautiful day at Al Rollins Park in Dalton, Georgia. I just decided this morning to wait about an hour and a half later than I normally been doing them there live streams to see what kind of effect it has. Now, I brought me a bottle of that ice cold Dasani water down here with me. Now, Dasani is manufactured by that there Coca-Cola company. They say it's purified water enhanced with minerals for a pure, fresh taste. But now EagleNick Audits just tells it like it is. Hell, it just tastes like water to me. You know what I mean, Vern? If it don't taste clean and fresh, then I don't want to drink it. I know what you mean, Vern. Water is water. That there water from a bottle ain't no better than the water you get out of your faucet. Because actually what EagleNick Audits does is when I get a bottle of water like that, I'd say that is sink water. I'll put my bottles of water in the refrigerator and keep them cold. And then a few hours before I'm going to go out and do a live stream, I put my bottle of water up in the freezer and let it freeze. So when I get down here to get set up, it's thawed out some. It's still got ice in it this morning. Plus, I'd say that there water is mighty expensive. So how's everybody doing this morning? Think I see a lady up at the top of the parking lot fixing to go trade books in that little free library. Nope, she passed right by the little free library, so I guess she's going to do some walking. Now, she did not pull up there and park in an actual parking spot. She just parked off to the side up there. She's way back up yonder. You won't be able to see her till she comes out behind that sign right here. She's a good distance off. That is her ride parked there. You see the parking spots is over here. They're also out in the parking lot, but there is no parking spots all the way up against that curve. Look, there's a squirrely. That squirrel's headed up a tree looking for some nuts. That little squirrel fixing to climb up that tree. Well, that little lot lizard went down here this morning. Now, there is no kids on the playground before anybody was to say anything. This is a Monday morning. School is in session. I don't know. Looks like he's wearing gloves. He ain't wearing no uniform, so I ain't going to be worried about him. He will be walking right by here in a moment. Good morning, Miss Amy Lloyd. As always, it is a pleasure and a joy to see you. How are you doing this morning, Miss Amy? Nah, he's probably not undercover. He's carrying his phone in his hand. The boy, on my way down through here, I seen garbage laying everywhere. They just garbaged it up. I've seen garbage everywhere. There's people down here just throw garbage left and right. Them fellas that comes around and picks up that there trash is going to have a full plate, if you know what I mean. That garbage can up there in the little parking lot by the pond, it's overflowing. It looked like a doggone volcano. Looked like it shot up out of the sky and it just went everywhere. There's more stuff laying on the ground than there are about in it. And the garbage can is overflowing. I am doing pretty doggone good, Miss Amy. It is a beautiful day, and I just thought I would sleep in a little bit this morning. I stayed up a lot later than I normally do, in there watching that Northwoods Press. I watched a couple of different live streams. On Northwoods Press, and then I watched Cape Cod Cop Watchers live stream. I bounced around on a few people's shorts and videos to help them out. You know, that's what we all should do. Instead of trying to tear each other down, we should be trying to build each other up. Good morning, football. How are you doing this morning? No, we're not playing any of that there football. We are out here just chilling. Chilling like a villain. But we're not breaking any laws. Now, they could be another one of them there gals come riding by on a bicycle for too long. We had a dude and a chick ride by on a bicycle. How are you doing this morning, football? No, I didn't even know that lady was sitting over there around the playground. She was sitting there waiting on a taxi. But about that there, what you said about illegals trashing the park, it is illegal to litter. So whoever threw down that there trash was doing something illegal, if you know what I mean, Bern. I'm going to move this across to show y'all how high that traffic is this morning. There is a high traffic area. And the phone fell backwards. I did it again. It's going to eventually break that screen doing that way, but hey, it is what it is. It's hard to get the phone set up in a hurry. My phone wants to keep on flopping backwards. Good morning, Grim Reaper Network. Always. Everybody, be sure to check out the Grim Reaper Network, which is another awesome YouTube channel that I subscribe to as well. You got that right, Miss Amy. Well, I'll tell you what, if you get that there Harris 2024, you'll regret it. Or with another little rocket car. Hey, Grim Reaper, why don't you post some of y'all's links in here for people to go to? Yours and Northwoods Press and Vigilante Media and NH Mountain Girl, Mama Bear. Good morning, Mr. Pooh Noah. So glad to see you again. And a big old howdy to Eastern Tennessee from Northwest Georgia. And every bit of that there stuff you're talking about regretting was all bought and paid for by them there Democrats. If you are too blind to see that, you better go get your damn eyes checked. All that stuff happening, about all that stuff getting burned down, happened in them Democrat-run states. And them Democrats, like Senator Kamala Harris, was bailing them there peaceful protesters out of jail. You know what I mean, Vern? Get your finger out your ass and learn to look and see what's going on. You can take your bullshit somewhere else. I don't care what you say. You're one of them anybody but Trump. Why don't you go to your little crying room and cry, little crybaby? You get what you paid for. You wanted them damn Democrats. How you liking them now, jackass? Look how that truck's overflowing with garbage. That there is a Democrat truck. All they talk is garbage and bullshit. Oh, yeah, we're going to make the world a better place. We're going to save our democracy. Let me tell you this straight out, flat out, plain and truthful. The United States is not a democracy. We are a republic. Democracy divides. Democracy divides. It is meant to divide and conquer. But a Republican form of government, which is a republic, is meant to unite. Good morning. How y'all doing? Got one of them there Harris supporters in here saying they paid Trump to steal my vote. all that stuff was being burning down. How quickly they forgot it's the damn Democrats paying for it. That there is called divide and conquer. They get jackasses like that to come in there. I don't like that dude with that orange hair. You know what I mean, Vern? He's a bad man. Yeah, we got a smelly ass old pedophile in the White House that likes to go around smelling them there young girls and women. Oh, that's all right. He didn't do nothing wrong. There ain't nothing to see here, folks. Y'all move along. You know what I mean? They want to talk about Donald John Trump all because he says, make America great again. And I know YouTube is going to put that ad suitability on this shit because I said that, but I done told you I don't sugarcoat shit. They are slowly chipping away at the Constitution till finally we won't have it anymore. That is their whole goal and objective. They want to do away with individual rights under the banner of unity, saying we've got to unite. We got to join together. We got to band together, give everybody free health care, give everybody a free education. Who the hell you think's going to pay for all that there stuff? It don't pay for itself. Who you think pays for all that free food? It comes out of taxpayers' pockets. Good morning, my friend Brett. How you doing, brother? Good morning, JD. Glad to see you again. The thing about it is, Democrat, I believe it's the abbreviation for demon creatures, because that's all they are. But I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to spread a little truth right here, and I want you to listen close. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. That our government is just one big bird. They're both going to the same place. They're only trying to get us there by taking a different path. They all want the same thing. Look at there, these fellas did a good job. Look how they got that stuff piled up on there. Hey, I bet y'all had a field day up there. I saw that when I come through. My God. They piled that shit everywhere. Hey, look. I go, hold on a minute. Look, here's one of them Democrat-run states for you. Here's y'all some Democrat stuff. Here's what you get when you got Democrats running the country. Nothing but a bunch of trash. You know what I mean, Vern? That is two of the nicest, coolest fellas you've ever met that works for the Dalton Parks and Recreation Department. They go around picking up all that trash in the park to keep it clean. Them demon creatures is what I call them. But they all seek to destroy. They're all only going about it a different way. It is all about total control. That unity shit, it ain't gonna fly. You know, we are supposed to be united as a country, not united as a group of people that is hating on someone else because of the color of their skin, the way they talk, how much money they got. Now, they talked about Donald Trump when he passed that tax reform, the tax cuts. They said, oh, it only helps the top people, the richest people. Well, EagleNick Audits was making $10 an hour at the time that their tax cut went into law. And my standard deduction went from $6,900 to over $12,000, thereby allowing me to make twice as much money as I was under the other tax system. Here for it, there is only two sexes. There is not any other sex but a male and a female. And EagleNick Audits will tell you this. The Creator did not make no mistake when he made somebody a male or somebody was born a female. It is this world that fills their head full of them there lies saying, oh, you may not want to be a boy or you may not want to be a girl. For it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this to judgment. And the Holy Bible says that a man lying with a man or a woman lying with another woman is an abomination unto the Lord, and that they shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Well, I beg to differ with you. If you was born a man, you'll die a man. Even if you do have that there surgery. If a woman has that there surgery where she becomes a man, I think they call it add a dick to me. But anyway, it don't matter. If you're born a man, when you die, you're a man. If you're born a woman, when you die, you're a woman. When you stand in front of your Creator, He's not going to call you a woman if you was born a man. I hate to tell you, but a woman is a man anyway, even though she is a woman, because woman came from man. You know what I mean, Vern? There ain't no such thing as aliens. They're spiritual beings. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual wickedness in high places, against principalities, powers, dominions. Good morning. RF's killing us softly. So glad that you could join us, my friend. As always, it is an honor to see you. Hey, Grim Reaper, could you post that link for RS Killing Us Softly, please? EagleNick would like to ask to everyone to please check out my subscriptions. I subscribe to a whole lot of awesome channels. The Grim Reaper Network is just one of them, but there's so many others. RF's Killing Us Softly, Calgary Community Watch, Northwoods Press, NH Mountain Girl, Eastern Arkansas Transparency, Vigilante Media Group, and so many others. Now, you have to realize we can't all be the same. Oh, and I must not forget my friend Michael Kunkel, the truth spitter. Now, sometimes EagleNick audits will spit out that wrong word and say the truth splitter, but Michael does not split the truth. He only spits the truth, as does EagleNick audits. But what I was going to say, there are a lot of different diverse YouTube channels who cover stuff from a different perspective, who cover stuff in a different way, because we cannot all be the same. We cannot all be cut out from a cookie cutter mold where we all talk the same or we all walk the same. You know what I mean, Vern? Good morning, Mr. Alan Davis. So glad to see you again this fine morning. It is a beautiful day that we have underway. Yes, sir, Brett. That's what I've been waiting on. It shouldn't be but about another few weeks, and it ought to be cool like that every day. That way, EagleNick audits can get out there to that Hag Mill Lake Reservoir to see about doing some kind of fishing videos. Now, I want to go out there and set up and see if I can't catch some of them big catfish in there. I know there's some monster flatheads, but I know they should also be some monster channel cat and some monster blue cat as well. EagleNick audit. EagleNick. When you got it, flown it. You know what I mean? I didn't rent it, I own it. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it, man. I'm feeling a little goofy this morning, you know what I mean? It is a beautiful, beautiful day. Now, I started this here live stream an hour and a half later than I normally been doing it, just to check it out and see what's going on. No, I'm pretty sure I've got cult news audits on my as a subscription. I've not really been watching a whole lot of YouTube channels other than some of my friends from the network, Mad Labs Press and NH Mountain Girl and a few of the others. Mostly I've been watching them past live streams and listening to the music from the network show. Been listening to that one that had Oliver Anthony on it. Now, I misspoke while I was in the chat and said Anthony Anderson. I do not know where I got that from. I know the man's name is Oliver Anthony. I guess I was just thinking about Mr. Anthony and John Anderson at the same time. Yeah, I've seen Direct D. I subscribe to Direct D, Long Island Audits, Bay Area Transparency, Flex Your Freedoms, many others. I've been spending so much time creating content, unlike them there frauded or auditor YouTube channels. I don't go out and get other people's videos, as I like to call them, under that there banner of fair use, unless I'm going to use it fairly, like when I remix a short from somebody's YouTube channel that I'm trying to help that channel. No, I do not go out and take somebody's content to try to make them look bad. Now, I did take back a couple of my videos from that there KFAR and let KFAR do an intro for me on one of them. Now, I do believe I had deleted that short because I got sick of looking at that there ad suitability on it, all because it said, him saying, enjoy the video, and then I go into me talking. There was no profanity in that there short, but for some reason that there YouTube likes to place ad suitability on my content. Hey, I love old grandma. Cause your dollar ain't shit and it's taxed to no end. And it's a damn shame. Yep, he hits the nail right on the head when he says that it's hard living in a new world with an old soul. And for anybody that does not understand what that means living in the world that this has become, when you have morals and values and believe in family and life and liberty, you believe that you should have control over what you say and what you do, where you go. Our government seeks total control. Look at there, we finally got one vehicle come down through our actually doing the speed limit. That our vehicle deserves a medal. Check this out. He's going a lot faster than 35. Plus, he's pulling a big old trailer. If anybody was to pull out in front of him, he would plow them and probably halfway kill them. Pooh, everybody you see, you think it's the feds. Look, here comes a fed walking a dog. Check it out. Good morning. How y'all doing? Here comes a fed walking a dog poo. Good morning. It's a beautiful dog. Check his truck out fixing to come by. He looks like he's doing about 50 miles an hour. Well, he slowed down a little bit after he got down here where he hit that place in the road. So he probably slowed down about 40. That sun is shining bright. Now there is a good, cool little breeze blowing. It is an awesome, awesome day. Anybody else gonna step up into the chat and talk, or y'all just gonna sit back and hide in the shadows and watch? This is the time. This is the place. If you got something to say it now or forever hold your peace. You know what I mean, Burn? Good morning, Byron, Carrie, game over. I beg to differ because the game is just getting started. Now, I believe that is the only thing that our Byron knows how to say, or the only emoji they must have on that rock tablet. They must have made them a tablet out of a rock because that's all they ever say is game over. Yeah, somebody say something. Hell, it ain't got to be something that everybody likes. We can talk about it. You know what I mean? Hey, you better watch how you say that there word there, Pooh, Noah. Because EagleNick audits, washes and dries and folds his own clothes. They ain't no woman doing my laundry. There's an equal responsibility to run a household. Now, if a man thinks that a woman has to do it all, that's not going to be a very happy household. Where's the beef? They used to have it at that darn Arby's, but I don't know where they got it at now. She might whoop your butt. She finds out you're saying woman's work. Yeah, me and my wife, when we were actually together before she had passed away, we had a mutual understanding that whatever she said usually went unless it went too far, and then I wouldn't go for it. Yeah, but can you fry chicken or change them there kids' diapers when they're babies, or do you give them there kids a bath? You got to realize it takes two to tango. But I'll tell you what, my wife could change brakes and pump gas, and then if she needed to, she could kick a little ass. There goes the city Dalton Police Department riding by. They didn't want to stop in and say hi, though. They just kept right on a going. Y'all come on back and talk to EagleNick. Alan, I'll tell you what, brother, that's the difference between a father and a dad. A father will go a lot further and do a lot more than somebody who, I'm just a baby daddy. That is cool, poo, Noah. Congratulations, brother. That really is. So, hey, you still coming to Fort Oglethorpe tomorrow? Did you Google it and see how far it is from Fort O to Dalton? Miss Amy, that is true in a way, but I tell you what, now my mother and father, when they were both alive before my father died in 1979, my mother stayed at home to take care of the family, but there was times when if she needed to, she would do work too, just to make sure. But that is why we had such a big family. My older sisters would usually take care of us. But after my father passed away in 1979, it all fell on my mother's shoulders. There goes that Whitfield County Transit. We've got 82, it's showing in the live stream, in the chat. On my side, I've only seen about 5 or 6 people actually chatting, so I guess that means the rest of them is just there looking. They're what you call them looky-loos. All y'all public servants watching, y'all feel free to get in and say hello. Let us know where you work at, which part of the police department you happen to be in, or the justice department. I like a little mustard on my biscuit with some of them there fried taters. Hey, some of you law enforcement officers, feel free to step there and talk to old EagleNick Audits. He likes them French fried potatoes too. You know what I mean, Barn? Good morning, Miss Virginia. So glad to see you. You just made Eagle Nick Audit's day when you said, I love my voice. I mean, your voice. Your voice is my voice, and my voice is your voice. Nobody don't have to be here because they got a choice. You know what I mean, Vern? I tell them, if they don't like what they hear, all they got to do is turn around and go back out the same way they came in. Yeah, Pooh, Noah, dadgummit, ain't you been paying attention? JD is a man. Come on, Vern. What's wrong with you over there? Put that thing out, boy. Save it until you come for a visit. Well, thank you there, little lady. I really do appreciate it. It's just the law of the West. You know what I mean, Vern? I can't help it. I can't change how I talk unless I want to, and I can't make it no better. I just make it a little worse. I wake up every morning and just wait for that there hearse. You know what I mean, Vern? Yes, sir, Alan Davis. I like to tell them, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. And if they have trouble finding the door, I'll be glad to show them the way out. But the only thing about it is, when I show them out, it's one of them there Aerosmith permanent vacations. Hey, you have a super blessed day, Pooh Noah. Tell them there doggies, oh EagleNick Audit says howdy. Now there's a Miss Virginia, there's a song I love. It says Meet Virginia. I don't know exactly how it goes, but it is an awesome song. I'm pleased to meet you, Virginia. Glad you could come in. I hope to see you again sometime. If you hadn't already, please be sure to subscribe. Be sure to check out all my subscriptions. I subscribe to a lot of awesome YouTube channels. Now, they are not all as crazy as old EagleNick Audits. They might actually talk to where you can understand them a little better than that Lord EagleNick talks sometimes. You know what I mean, Vern? Old EagleNick might get a wild hair and go off on a rant, but that does not mean I don't care. Winnie the Pooh, cubby little chubby, all stuffed with fluff. He's Winnie the Pooh, willy nilly silly old bear. I hope that there slinging didn't scare everybody off. It got deathly quiet in here. There, that's a little better right there. I got my left ear unstopped where I can hear a little bit anyway. The federal government cares about us. They want the best for us. They don't do nothing wrong. They're only here to help. Can't get no crazier than that. Hey, you have a very blessed day, Grim Reaper, the Grim Reaper Network. I really and truly appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much for posting all them there links, because EagleNick Audits just wants to get the word out. We are to love one another. Sharing is caring. All right, I'm going to tell you a crazy story. A long time ago, in a not too far off place, old EagleNick Audits went up to play bingo at that there Elks Lodge in Dalton, Georgia. And it seemed like every doggone time I would only need one of them there letters and numbers to get that there bingo. They would be somebody go, bingo. I mean, it was so low, I barely could hear it. I thought somebody was breaking wind, if you know what I mean. Now, this was before me and my wife had gotten married. Quite a few years, actually, I'd say. But it was me, my future wife, my future father-in-law, and my father-in-law's brother was all up there at the Elks Lodge playing bingo. Been there a couple of hours. They got down to the very last game, and it was for $500. And I had done told my father-in-law, or my soon-to-be father-in-law, that they wouldn't have to worry. If I got bingo, everybody in there was going to know it. Now, old EagleNick Audits was running his mouth like I am known to do sometimes, talking a little bit too loud, because I've had that problem with my left ear, not being able to hear out of it for quite a few years, probably over 20 years, maybe more along the lines of 30 years. But I wasn't paying real close attention and did not hear what kind of game we was actually playing. I was thinking it was just that darn regular bingo, either straight up and down or diagonal. Now, I did hear the part about it was the last game of the night, that it was for $500, and I just knowed I was going to win that darn money. I done had it spent, actually, in my head. So I'm sitting here trying to pay attention, but all them there pretty ladies in the room kept drawing my attention away from that there bingo card. They had only called about 10 to 15 numbers and letters, you know, the B4, 72, whatever. But they had only caught about between 10 to 15 of them there balls. And lo and behold, I looked and I seen I had one of them there regular bingos. I don't know if it was straight across or if it was up and down or diagonal. But I had one of them there bingos. And boy, I bellowed out just as loud as I could. I said, bingo! It reverberated all through that there Elks Hall. It had an echo that went off for a couple of minutes. You just keep there and say, bingo, 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 bingo. Everybody in that there place hollered loud as they could, no, you don't. They're saying, you're crazy. There ain't no way you can have a bingo that fast. I was going to hush up about it, but my future father-in-law's brother, Eddie, he started telling me that I had a bingo, so I got even more louder. Then when they informed those EagleNick audits that we was playing blackout, where you cover the whole card, I felt like the biggest jackass in the state of Georgia at that moment. I looked over there at my future father-in-law's brother, and he just busted out laughing. Now, he wasn't laughing with EagleNick. He was laughing at EagleNick. Now, Mr. Eddie was what they call a consumer now, is someone who has a mental handicap. But he knowed exactly what he was doing when he set up EagleNick audits and got me to holler bingo. There was this big old black lady jumped up like she was going to come across her table after me, said, you ain't got bingo. And I said, oh, yes, I do. And Eddie threw out there, oh, yes, he does. That was before I found out what kind of bingo we was playing. But I tell you, when I found out, it just embarrassed me to death. Now, my future wife sitting over there, she wasn't laughing. She sort of looked disgusted, like, my God, does he got a ride home with us? Now, I just slunk down in my chair a little bit at a time till I was about up under that there table. Now, like I said, they hadn't called maybe 10 to 15 of them there balls. And if I had kept playing and checking off them there spots on that card, I might have actually won. But there was no way in this world I was about to holler bingo again, whether I had it or not, after I had made such a complete and total jackass out of myself. I mean, it was so bad that the next day I was walking over to my future father-in-law and my future wife's house to go see how they were doing. Now, on my way over there was somebody rode down the road and rolled down their window and hollered out the window, bingo! And they wasn't even there at the dadgum bingo thing. They just found out about it, and that doggone nickname stuck with me for a long time, all the way up until after my mother-in-law, well, she was my future mother-in-law at the time. She passed away in 1999. Me and my wife didn't get married until 2007. But luckily, that there nickname had went away. But, I mean, it was so bad that when I actually got over there to see them, Miss Loretta, who ended up being my future mother-in-law who was already deceased, she had went out and bought me a keychain that said, "Happiness is yelling bingo." And I told her, I said, yeah, that might be right when you've actually got bingo. I said, but it ain't too daggum happy when you don't got it, especially when you got a bunch of people wanting to fight you about it. Oh. Well, we had one Dalton Police Department officer ride by, but he did not stop. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. 4 hungry children, not a crop in the field. Now I've had some bad times, lived through some sad times, but this time the hurting won't heal. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. Ah, my ear keeps getting stopped up, making it where it's hard for me to hear. Miss Virginia, I really and truly appreciate you coming in. I hope you have a blessed morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you may be. Well, that was actually really the truth. It was nothing made up. It did make me feel. I never went and played bingo again after that. I was invited many times. My future father-in-law, Robert, kept saying, I'll buy all you cards. I'll buy you everything you need. I was like, nah, I believe I'm a pass. I mean, even when he tried to get Becky, who ended up being my future wife, to ask me, I still wouldn't go. I said, well, darling, I'll be here when y'all get back, but I'm not going to go back up there and play no more of that dar bingo. I would not even go just to be a spectator because I knew there was too many people that was waiting on old EagleNick to come back up there. Well, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. Now, there goes somebody with the school system there, that one Whitfield. I hear a big tractor and trailer coming up the road here. Now remember, the speed limit is 35. He might have been doing 35, but they usually pick up speed going up through there. Good morning, Sean Little. How are you doing? So awesome to see you in here this morning. Everybody, please make sure to check out Sean Little's YouTube channel. Miss Virginia, I just try to get by. I pick up cans, aluminum cans. On my bicycle, I do not have a vehicle. I sold my car back in 2018 because the insurance had gotten so high, but I ride my bicycle to go out and pick up aluminum cans. But here lately, the weather has been a little too hot. I'm waiting on the weather to cool back off. Now, I have only been creating content on my YouTube channel for coming up on 8 months on August the 23rd. Now, the Lord has blessed me with 7,067 subscribers the last time I looked. Well, I didn't know that, Sean. I thought you had videos on the YouTube channel. But I heard that there about if you was any better, you would be twins. Now, I don't think the world would be ready for a twin of EagleNick audits. I've had people tell me before, said, man, I know somebody that looks just like you. I said, damn, I feel sorry for them. I didn't know they was two of us suffering that bad. Check out that there beautiful sky. Now that sun is shining bright. Now, I can't see the chat right now. I'm out here in that blinding sun. It actually is blinding me. I couldn't saw crap. Hey, Flacco was here again. Look. Here's Flacco. There's Young Dreamers. Or Young Drummers. Here's Flacco. Hey, Flacco, what's up, brother? We got some of your tag work here. Oh, Flacco. I believe they was trying to spell Young Dreamers, but they need to learn how to spell. That's D-R-A-M-E-R-S. That's Young Drummers, unless they are a drama group. Now, they cleaned off here on the side where Flacco had tagged that, or Flocka. He had to get the Flocka out of here, if you know what I mean. You see where people is taped up stuff down here when they having parties. They never pull all that there tape off. I actually live in a house that I co-own with all of my siblings. If you check out my YouTube channel, you can see some live streams I did from live at the Eagle's Nest. That is where I live. There's a trailer right on the corner we own from the house I live in to the trailer on the corner where I was arrested for exercising my constitutional rights to record at the United States Post Office in downtown Dalton, Georgia. I was arrested on April the 18th and charged with a misdemeanor criminal trespass, damage of $500 or less, all from recording. I never did any damage, and I never trespassed. No regrets. Yeah, buddy, no regrets. You deviated my septum. Well, we've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes. We've only had a few people coming in to actually say anything. Had a whole bunch in here at one time, but they never want to seem to talk. They like to just sit back in them there shadows. Now, there's some of them mountain bluebirds out there on the line. One of them just flew up there. Amen on that there. Bless their little hearts. Got another butterfly flying around over here. If it quit hiding. Well, I don't know where it went. It can't be. Oh, there it goes. Another one of them beautiful little yellow butterflies. That's up there where the well-to-do go to let their kids play baseball. Where they pay that there Dalton Parks and Recreation Center money for them to play baseball. At least that way they're able to use that there restroom. Their kids can use that there restroom. Now, if you've seen any of my other live streams, there is nowhere in this park to get water, any type of water fountain, except up there at that building. Now, the bathrooms down here, they keep them locked 24 hours a day. I've been down here before and seen people have to use the bathroom, whether it be young kids or older adults, and they can never get in them restrooms because they keep them locked up tighter than Dick's hat band. You know, they got a restrooms that nobody can use. They are for the public, but the public does not have access to them restrooms. Now, you know, that is a shame and a disgrace to all of the people that comes down here to this park. There is many people that come down here and bring their kids to play on this playground right here. Now, there is no children on the playground for anybody who was to want to say anything. I'm trying to make a point. They bring their kids to play on that playground, and they bring their kids to play on this playground. And once again, there is no children. He's hauling ice. That was a wrecker. A tow truck, some people call them. But there's no kids. But they bring their kids down here to play on this playground. There's plenty of people that walks down here. They park and walk around the park, you know, to get a little exercise. Yet when they need to use one of them there public restrooms, they have to take a chance on going out there by the edge of the creek or out there in the edge of the woods to relieve themselves and are susceptible to getting bit by spiders or snakes or getting chiggers on them. You know, and that is disgraceful. It is a public restroom that is supposed to be accessible. Look, there's the Whitfield County Sheriff's Department. Now, I'm sure he's probably down here to monitor the live stream. I hope you're having a blessed day, sir. EagleNick Audits is just talking about how they do not let the public use these restrooms. Yes, sir, Sean, that is exactly right. Them restrooms are still getting paid for. They're just not being able to be used. But that is the Whitfield County Sheriff's Department. Now, I'm going to get my phone holder upper. Some people call it a can of chicken noodle soup, but EagleNick Audits calls it a phone holder upper. There we go. Now see, it holds that phone up fine and dandy. That way we can get a bird's eye view. Now, I was getting ready to end this here live stream, but I don't think I'm going nowhere right now. I'm down to my last 2 cigarettes. I'm smoking one of them now, but hey, it is what it is. They might have been somebody called them and said, hey, there's a crazy man in the park down there talking to himself. You need to go down there and check it out. Yep, that there is the Whitfield County Sheriff's Department sitting directly ahead. Now, I would like to give a shout out to the Whitfield County Sheriff's Department and thank y'all for watching my shorts, my videos, and my live streams. I'd like to give a shout out to the police chief. I'm sure you're watching as well, as is Postmaster Constance Long. I hope y'all are having a blessed day. And if my public defender is watching, I hope y'all are defending EagleNick Audits and getting them motions going. Hey, you have a blessed day, Sean Little. Buy you an extra lighter. Well, right now you're looking directly at a Whitfield County Sheriff's Department officer, so we're watching him right now. Hey, that's all right, Pooh Noah. They are watching. Somebody's watching. Should I let him in? Oh, Lord, it's the devil. Would you look at him? He's got them blue lights and maybe a gun. But EagleNick is only having fun. I'll grab my bicycle and then I will split. I just hope by his vehicle I don't get hit. You know what I mean, Burn? Well, Miss Virginia, here I am. Rock me like a hurricane. We'll just keep the camera trained on him. Hey, what you doing over in that vehicle looking over this way? I see you got your window rolled down. Why don't you come on over here and park in this shade and let's have a little chat? I heard a truck down there on the highway blowing their horn. Boy, I really wish I had old Snatchy down here with me. Look, he got out. Uh-oh, I think he's breaking out his rifle. I wonder if he's turning the dog loose. That might be a her, I don't know. He went around to the passenger side. They might be fixing to turn that there dog loose. Hang on to your hats. We don't know what's going to happen. Now, I've not had any trouble with the Whitfield County Sheriff's Department. They're opening that back up again, so I don't know what they're doing. No, I can't see the chat right now, everybody. I'm just standing back here, keeping an eye out. I'm trying to watch back behind me to make sure nobody don't slip in behind me, if you know what I mean. But I'm going to keep the phone pointed the way it is so we can keep a close eye, or y'all can anyway. I'm trying to watch the back up toward the back where that other parking lot is. You have a blessed day, Miss Virginia. Thank you so much for coming in. How about we take a ride up that way? We would just ride up there. Let me get my soup can put up. We would go get a up close and personal look. Now here's somebody over there working on a roof. We're gonna park by the little free library. Gonna make sure we're out of the way though. Dang, where did it go? I can't see. There it is. Couldn't see there for a minute. The sun blinding, glaring. But I got my bicycle parked there out of the way. I see one of our friends up here at the park again. You see the truck parked up here. I wonder if I can see from the rocks over here. They do not seem to be in a hurry. I do not know if it is a male or a female officer. Good morning, Stuart. How are you doing, brother? We're going to go up a little bit closer because this is a public park. I'm not going to be afraid of them. The vehicle is a running. I'm going to walk over this way so that they can't say I'm doing nothing wrong. Looks like birds crapped on the side of the car there. See that bird crap? We're going to go see if we can't get a look at the front of the car. Good morning. Doing great. How about you? Let's get a good look at your vehicle. Yeah, I seen the bird crapped on it. Yeah, I said he need to get it washed. Look. How you doing there, Mr. Hot Wheels King? Glad to see you again. Tires look decent. Now, I wish you didn't have to hold this doggone phone vertical. It'd be a whole lot easier if you could have it panoramic view sideways. Glad you were doing good, Stuart. How about you, Hot Wheels King? But I guess we're going to get ready to head back over here somewhere. I might just sit down back behind him. Check out his hat. I was gonna show him your hat. You care if I step up closer? Hey, he's cool. See what I mean? He said, look at there. Check out the hat. That is a cool hat, sir. Thank you. See, I've told you, I've never had no trouble with the Whitfield County Sheriff's Department. Real nice gentleman. The Dalton Police Department could learn to act that way to citizens, and there wouldn't be all the trouble that's going on right now between me and the Dalton Police Department. I believe he's fixing to leave. You have a blessed day, brothers. Stay safe. We appreciate you. And he is gone. A real nice fella, though. You see, I asked him if I could step up closer, and he said I could. I said I was going to show y'all the hat, and he held the hat up where everybody could get a real good look at it. Now, that is what I've said. I have not had any kind of problems with the Whitfield County Sheriff's Department, other than the fact while I was up there in the Whitfield County Sheriff's Office jail, they did not let me make a bond on my own using my Cash App. I had the money the whole time on my Cash App that I should have never left the booking. I should have been able to make a bond straight away. And actually, I was done dirty by being forced to have a cash bond up front, because that law did not go into effect until July of this year, where those 30-something misdemeanor charges were added to the list that you must post a cash bail to get out on bail or bond. Now, they made sure that they did not let EagleNick audits out on a bond, on an OR, on recognizance bond, which they could have. I mean, after all, it was nothing but a $50 bond. It wasn't like it was $5 million or anything. But as I stated, I had the money on my Cash App card that I could have made that $50 bond that reduced till $50 until the day after. And there's them chemtrails again they pumping in the sky. But the original bond was $400. Now 15% of a $400 bond would be no less or no more than the $71 I had on my Cash App card. So I would have been able to make the bond from the moment I got to the Whitfield County Sheriff's Department office, the jail. Yet they were told, I'm sure, to keep me in that there jail for as long as they could and to make my visit, if you would call it that, as rough and uncomfortable on EagleNick audits as they possibly could, which they were only too happy to oblige, it seemed. Now, it is a downright crying shame that our Georgia legislature passed that bill that was signed into law by crooked Governor Brian Kemp of the state of Georgia. I thank God that you are not able to run for re-election, Mr. Kemp. But I will tell you this, if you was able to, you would not stand a snowball's chance in hell of being re-elected, because the citizens of Dalton, Georgia, and the citizens of the state of Georgia is sick and tired of your corrupt practices and policies, how you act like you are for the state, how you act like you are for the citizens, yet everything you do contradicts those statements saying that you are for the people, when all we see is you are against us, the people. Now, that Georgia legislature, where one of our state representatives, Mr. Casey Carpenter, happens to be a member of the Georgia legislature, added 30-something misdemeanor charges to a list of offenses that you had to have a cash bond to be able to get out of jail. Now, it is not a coincidence, because EagleNick audits had been covering Mr. Casey Carpenter and the Carpentry Hotel that he is a part owner of, which received tax breaks and tax credits and was partially funded by the city of Dalton, Georgia, in the building of that there Carpentry Hotel. And they did that under the guise of they did not build a hotel when they built that there Dalton Convention Center, but that they would send them people that was coming up to them tournaments to the Carpentry Hotel downtown Dalton. Now, that is a kickback. That is official misconduct, because that our state representative, Mr. Casey Carpenter, receives money from them sending them their people to that Carpentry Hotel. Now, if they happen to think that the food is too high in that their room service, they've got the closest option to go right across the street to that there Oakwood Cafe. But lo and behold, it is owned by none other than State Representative Casey Carpenter. Now, I did a live stream where I covered a newspaper article saying where the Whitfield County Republican Party had censored Mr. Carpenter. You can Google Casey Carpenter, Georgia State Representative. And you can find out about his being censored by the Whitfield County Republican Party because of the way he seeks to do things. Now, when you call them out and you bring their corruption to the light, that is when we start having trouble with the Dalton Police Department. When EagleNick said that the police chief, Cliff Cason, said that I was trespassed from the Dalton Police Service Center for slandering a police officer, which is a civil matter, yet he did not have the nerve to come out and tell me that himself. He sent another officer out to tell me that. That clearly shows that the police chief does not know the difference between criminal and civil. There is no such thing as a civil trespass. And you cannot be trespassed from public property unless you have committed a criminal offense. They do not like it when the things they do shows exactly what we are paying for. They do not like the corruption being brought to the light. Now, all EagleNick Audits does is stand up for the Constitution. I stand up for the red, white, and blue. And I am doing this all for me and for you. I do not tell lies. I only seek to tell the truth. What you do with the truth is entirely up to you. I pray that you all have a very safe and blessed morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you may be. If you're out anywhere and you see somebody who looks like they are struggling or hurting, sometimes all it takes is just someone who will take the time to listen so that they will know that they are seen and that they are heard. Sometimes all it takes is just a kind word. Don't let them be crapped on or overlooked. Don't think you can judge them like you would a book. You never know when that person could wind up being you. When you would be lost and confused and all alone and just wouldn't know what to do. We all need somebody sometimes. There is some people who are struggling or hurting more than you would ever think or could have ever thought. But they will not say anything. They keep it to themselves because they think that nobody cares. Because the way this world has got today, it is the me first mentality. I got to take care of me and I got to take care of mine. And as long as I'm doing that, well, I'm doing just fine. But I'm here to tell you that that's not how that it is supposed to be. We are all supposed to love our neighbor as ourselves. Now, that does not just mean the people who lives next door to you. That does not mean the person who lives down the street. That means we are all to love each other, every single person on the face of this here earth. It does not matter the color of their skin or the financial situation they might be in. Love them all. Do not hate. Vote Donald John Trump in 24 and make America great. EagleNick. Oh, this. I am EagleNick. And I'm out.